Welcome back, everybody. A bit of summer 2021 holiday reading, and we are in, do you remember this? The Lion and the Unicorn, Shirley Hughes. It's recommended by Miss Jermack for year 2, but anybody is welcome to just read along. And remember, this is Lenny. It's a time, Second World War. Dad is fighting in the army. He lives in London, but he's been evacuated from London, been sent away on the train by himself. So obviously very stressful. It was so dark when at last Lenny arrived that he could not see the place. The windows were blacked out. Then all at once he was in a huge hall, so big that it seemed that their whole house in London could have fitted into it easily. There were no rabbits that Lenny could see, just some tired grown-ups bustling about, and 2 girls bigger than him who were called Joyce and Patsy, with a little one called Winnie. They were evacuees. Lenny was one too. A lady wearing a great many scarves and woolly cardigans said, "I am Lady Devas. You must be very tired. Nanny will give you your supper and show you where you're going to sleep." "We specially asked for girls," Nanny complained, eyeing Lenny. "I'm afraid it's too late now, Nanny," said Lady Devas, "and he's not a very big boy," she added kindly. The evacuees were to sleep in a big attic room with dark beams overhead. It was chilly and had no electric light or carpets, but there was a nice woody smell. A curtain hung down the middle. Joyce, Patsy, and Winnie were together on one side, and Lenny was alone on the other. Nanny left a couple of little lamps burning when she said good night. Lenny got down under the blankets. He lay awake for a long time, watching the shadows moving in the high roof. He could hear the girls whispering behind the curtain. Then Winnie began to cry. Lenny felt numb. The only thing that seemed real at that moment was the brass badge that Dad had given him underneath his pillow. He went to sleep, clutching it. Lenny woke very early while the girls were still asleep. He could hear faraway stirring noises in the house, and faint echoing footsteps, but no one came. He got out of bed, pattered over to the window, and pulled the blackout curtain aside. His mouth fell open. He looked out over a jumble of roofs and chimneys, not the squat blackened kind like they had in London, but a fairground of barley sugared shapes with grinning gargoyle water spouts winking in the sun. Beyond that, still wrapped in haze, were gardens, outhouses, meadows with great spreading trees, and a humped-up hill rising behind like a cut-out paper shape. So this was the country. He had never seen anything like it. The great house which Lenny had come to was very old. It had countless rooms. Lady Devas, who owned the place, lived in one part, Nanny in another. The army of servants who had once looked after the house and garden had now shrunk down to Mrs. B, who cooked, Nellie, who helped with the cleaning and washing up, and an old gardener called Bill Penny. The evacuees had their breakfast in a kitchen as big as the synagogue Lenny went to at home. It was warm in there, but Lenny was shy and miserable. Nellie smiled at him.